Okay, we are live. Hey, everybody. I am Haley Gray. I'm excited to be here with you today. I've got my guest, Nancy Ruffner, here with me. And we're going to be talking about a topic that is near and dear to both of our hearts because we're going to be talking about business confidence. And let me tell you, I may look like totally put together online and on camera, and like everything is all hunky-dory. But there are days when the gremlins come out. Today's been one of those days, actually. And, we have those days where that ecstatic day, and then you have that day of, oh my God, what the hell am I doing? Why am I in this handbasket? And I think I want to go cry in a corner.
Yes to everything that you've said so far. See you and raise you one.
Right? I'm driving down the street earlier and I'm like sobbing. I'm like, okay, where'd this one come from? Okay.
It was probably cathartic.
It was absolutely cathartic.
This is it's something that we can speak from with personal experience. It's something that we need for our business experience. I've never met anybody that was 100% all the time confident in everything that they do. And so it's a timely topic. A lot of folks come to me I'm a coach for small business in healthcare, and they come to me lacking confidence when they're new. A lot of times it's about business practices or processes or how to say things or feelings about money and the ask. But overall confidence is something that we really must achieve. And part of small business people hanging out their own shingle is that in doing so, we have to step into the person that we need to be for our clients, for ourselves, and in our personal lives too.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny, when we talk about business, I think that I always kind of thought that, when you're in business, you have the business persona and you have the at-home persona. And when I worked in corporate, that was very much the case, and never the twain shall meet. And then I left corporate and my daughter happened, and it was like a flippin' train wreck. And, not that she was a train wreck, but my life, I realized that both sides were like coming in on, playing chicken with one another, and neither side was going to be willing to yield worth a damn. And yeah, it became a complete and total thing. And it'll mess with you all day long. Personal, private.
That's a big part of it too, is when we're taking steps to build our confidence, when we're realizing we don't have it and need it and are looking for ways to find it. A lot of the action that we're taking to build confidence requires managing your emotions. Now, on the positive side of what I just heard from your story was somebody made some lifestyle changes and did some things that were not comfortable. You mentioned your daughter happening. I became a step parent at one point in my life, and that was totally new for me. And I had to build some confidence in that arena. I had to figure it out, take some steps, and incrementally build confidence. And we have to do the same in our small business. Confidence is a magnet. We love to be around people that have some confidence. It kind of takes the heat off all the rest of us, but we're very drawn to people with confidence. We have thought leaders and people we follow, and we're doing that because of their confidence. Now, there's a lot of things that you can gain from watching people. That's one of the ways that we gain confidence. It's one of the ways that we build confidence is a muscle, and that's one of the ways that we build our muscle. The most obvious thing analogy when we're talking about building a muscle is to think of an athlete.
Mm.
And, athletes were not born with developed muscles. They built them, and they built them incrementally, and they got a little bit better over time with consistency, and they got really good at what they do. And we're no different.
Yeah.
If we'll just stop for a minute and think about all the things that we've done to become confident in things that felt really strange going into it. Step parenting was one, but I usually pull. This is the example I usually use. We got confident with these.
Mm-hmm.
We have had to learn how, in my generation, have had to, we've gone from wall phone and party line and 5-digit phone numbers to look at what we got now. And and I had to build that incrementally. We have to master a lot of tools.
I got my first smartphone actually when I was at Duke getting my MBA. I am such a troglodyte, and I am always a late adopter of technology. People think that's actually pretty funny knowing me, but it's really true. I'm always like on that tail end of stuff. And yeah, I mean, everything requires practice.
It does.
And I think one of the things that's particularly true as a new business owner, and that nothing that my concentration at Duke prepared me for, and studying it and doing all the extra classes and doing that, was really a lot of the head games that come with being a business owner.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that 75-80% of the battle occurs between your ears, and it's that 25% of the knowing what to do.
Exactly. The folks that I help in my coaching practice come to me with lack of confidence somewhere in something. Mm-hmm. It helps to remember that we grew confidence in other things. And so the obvious action is just shine a light on what it is that needs work. And let's talk about some ways to grow your muscle, to build your confidence incrementally, to meet that challenge. And for that reason, this is the very reason that I'm doing a free webinar this month. My monthly free webinar on the fourth Tuesday is on confidence, about building confidence. And that's on the 22nd at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to put a registration
it's above, it's below, it's everywhere. I've posted.
Thank you.
Post a link of themes.
Yeah, because this is really big, and it's my job to help people shine a light on it, help them fix it so that they can move forward comfortably. Draw on what you know, add something new, something new to your wheelhouse, something a new arrow in your quiver, and and pull it out when you need it and use it to help others. Because in coaching small business owners in healthcare, it's all, and for many, it's all about the client. We have to remember that we must use our skills and expertise because it's all about the client.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's imperative that we step in to who we need to become, and build these muscles incrementally. A lot of us too may have imprinting from our childhood or bad experiences in business that we're still getting over. And, a lot of people were told things like, you'll never amount to anything. You'll never be any good at, you're stupid. Maybe you had a teacher that put you down, and it's still smarts. And we react to that. For me, and this is an odd one, it's just I've got a hand-me-down imprint that I was never great at math, and so it was only too easy for me to adopt the, we Ruffners are not good at math. I got told that all my life, and it was very easy to adopt it and carry it forward. It's probably a big reason that I went into the undergrad school for social work, because there was only one math required. But I believed that. And you know what? I not only believed it, I hid behind it. It probably changed, it likely changed the trajectory of my vocation.
Mm,
And because
absolutely.
I allowed
Yeah.
that. And so it's time in small business ownership that I have addressed that and shine a light on it, take some
Yeah.
steps to fix it. You know?
Well,
And
and that kind of thing can, like, I'm not good at math, right? Or I'm not good at business, permeates through and ripples through like your entire business, right? So in college, I take one math class. And then, and I'm not picking on you at all, but here's how how I see it, like it's like a set of dominoes, right? And you're just like stacking them up, and it's like you start at one end and it just like keeps going and going and going. It's a gift that keeps on delivering.
yeah,
I'm not good at math, so therefore I'm not good at spreadsheets. So therefore I don't know how much money I need to make in my business. I don't understand what my expenses are. I don't understand what my numbers are. I have no idea how much I need to charge. Well, I'm really scared to charge as many hours as I'm working because that might be too big of a number because I'm scared of the numbers.
fear of being found out.
Oh my God, somebody might, catch me because I didn't track my hours quite right. And I didn't give you 3 times as many hours as I, said that I billed you for. And it's like this whole like stack of dominoes.
Mm-hmm. You're right. We react to it low these many years later. And I think that it's important, though, to counter that, um, bolster our mood and manage our emotions by remembering the things that we learned how to do. And when we think of, it's not hard to think of a list of things that we've conquered. We learned to tie our shoes. We learned to ride a bike.
You learn to walk.
That's right.
I mean, how many times does the average person fall over before they learn to walk?
And it didn't frighten us. I think the adults react more when the child falls than the child at all. But we're still looking at them and getting our imprints. Here they come. Here they come. But I find it easier sometimes just to, when I am confounded by something I must address and I'm shining a light on it, or it's being shown for me, then it makes me feel a little bit better to realize all the things that I've overcome, and this is silly, and this is just another one of those, and let's do it.
Yeah.
Nobody ever walked out. No team ever walked out on the field and won the game without some practice, without incremental steps. And nobody goes out on the basketball court and wins the whole season without incremental steps to get where they arrive at a championship. And so there's a lot of little things that we can do, and sometimes it takes some creativity or somebody on the outside brainstorming with you about how we're going to do that. It's a huge part of what I'm going to cover in the workshop on the 22nd. Some ways that you can build it, and some accountability that you can build in. How you can watch other people and learn by what they're doing makes it a little easier. Emulate.
Well, and I get a lot of people who are like, well, I don't really need to spend money on that. I don't have money to spend right now. Why would I spend money on a coach? And I always kind of giggle.
I do too.
Because, it's one of those things of, how long do you want this lesson to take you to learn?
Yeah, that lesson will be there until you shine the light on it and move through it. Yeah, absolutely.
And you can either conquer it in a month or a couple of hours. You can master some of these skills and some of this head game stuff pretty quickly, or you can still be stuck on it in 10 years. I've seen both happen.
And it'll come back packaged up with a different bow, but it'll come back.
it likes to come back and keep visiting until we wish it a goodbye.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Some of the things that I work with folks on, along the lines of ways to build it, are figuring out who you want to be. Spend a little time with you. How do
Mm-hmm.
you want to be? How do you want to stand?
What do you
How do
mean? You
you,
don't just like randomly start marketing to people.
yeah, how do you want it? What do you want your image to be like? How do you want to feel? How do you want to walk? How do you want to stand? How do you want to
Mm-hmm.
have address other people? How do you want to be addressed?
Mm-hmm.
How does your client want to be addressed? And
Yeah.
I always advise people, watch somebody you admire. And it's one, and whether that's on TV or someone at your faith community or on the street, just watch somebody that you admire and take what you need and leave the rest.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you can watch how someone handles themselves physically. You can watch how somebody handles themselves in a stressful moment and learn from that. You can watch how somebody makes the person they're talking with feel special and learn from that. There's a lot to be learned just by people watching. That's one of my favorites. That and visualization.
Mm-hmm.
I've totally botched some things. I, I was lacking confidence in a situation, and yeah, I botched it. And
Yeah.
the action that I can immediately take is, oh well, I'm alive. What can I
Mm-hmm.
do differently next time? Visualization.
Oh yeah.
How could that have gone differently? What am I going to do next time? Because you will be back at that intersection again, and
We
you'll
keep
recognize
doing
it.
it.
Oh, I'm here. Here I am again.
Mm-hmm.
I visualized what I was going to do. Now deploy and and handle it a little better, and take that one step further. Build your muscle. Have more confidence.
Yeah. That's what we're talking about.
Yep, absolutely.
So what are you gonna cover during this workshop webinar?
I'm going to talk about a lot of different situations where we need confidence and how to build it. Things that have gone bad, things that can go right. We'll take some action to shine some light on things. We'll identify them, shine a light on it. I don't like to stay in the problem too long. I'm all about the solution. And I'm
Yeah.
going to talk about solutions, how to turn some things around for folks. Simple things you can do every day that we can
Mm-hmm.
employ ourselves, and storytelling, because I've got stories of clients who have overcome some
Mm-hmm.
of their work challenges or their personal challenges. I got my own challenges. I can bring those stories. There's plenty of them, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll just talk about to our betterment for business and personal, and we're going to talk about that.
Yeah. And I love that. And a lot of times too, we don't realize how utterly building confidence in business affects everything. How much we charge, not just the top line number, but the charging people consistently for the hours that we're actually doing.
That's a big one.
And, things like, being able to actually give people a proposal in a timely manner. To me, that's always a huge sign of lack of confidence. When I see clients, when I see friends, when I see business owners struggling with that, okay, so here's a written proposal, here's a contract. The initial conversation can go really well. And they walk in there and they're like, oh my God, they love me. And they asked for a proposal. and they just melt.
Yep. That's a sticking point for a lot of people.
Followed
by the sticking point of conversation around asking for the business. Ask, which includes money conversations.
How would you like to pay for that?
You get better at it when you've been through it a few more times. So with my clients, I do everything from talking about it to troubleshooting it to role playing it to let's stop and write it all out step by step. Let's visualize. And then let's come back and do it again in a couple of days. And, frequent flyers, good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We really have to work on this. It's important, obviously, that our clients have confidence in us. It's important that we have confidence in ourselves so that we're aligned and there's no incongruence where our insides are screaming and our outsides we're trying to maintain control so that I look confident, don't I? And, and your insides are just screaming. That's all something that can be fixed. And I think
people can smell that a mile away. When you don't have that confidence and you're terrified or you're desperate.
They say that horses can tell when someone's fearful of the rider that's approaching them.
I've seen them.
People look to us for confidence. I mean, the vision that comes to my mind is, a 3-year-old that can't get a drink open and they hand it up to mom or dad and you did, and because they're confident that mom and dad can help them. And they look to us. Our clients look to us. We look to each other as professional peers. Can you help me? I need to be confident for my professional peers. I need to be confident in a group collaboration, and that it doesn't mean I have to be the leader. I just need to be confident that I can be present and part and help and contribute. I don't have to lead. I may not want to. A lot of times I don't. And I think that, we need to be confident also if any of us in my niche, the small business healthcare, if any of us need to interface with the media, we have to be confident in what we're saying because they're looking for the message to be conveyed to their audience. It might be potential clients, but mostly we want to shoot people straight, especially the media, and we want them to be confident in what we're saying to them. So there's a lot of ways that a lot of good reasons to build all of this.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think the most important one, though, is you just have to start. Somebody that is looking and listening right now to this conversation on confidence, that's a start. You are entertaining this. You are attending this. It is an incremental step by being here today, by attending my webinar on the 22nd. That's an incremental step. Let's see what we got. Do we need to work on this? Let's see what she shines a light on. Let's take what you need and leave the rest. Visualizing how, it's okay to blow something. It's okay to fail. It's okay. We're gonna. And we just need to make it better. We just can improve it next time because we will be back at this intersection again.
So tell me a little bit more about who you are and what you do.
Sure. Well, I'm a board certified patient advocate. I own an agency in Raleigh, North Carolina called Navigate NC, and we help people to navigate the challenges that come with aging and chronic conditions. So it's patient advocacy and care management. From that, my years in running the agency and in being a working patient advocate, and I am a working patient advocate today because that's where the heart is. From that sprang teaching and speaking opportunities and now coaching. A lot of folks come to me who are new and young in their healthcare business. And there's a lot of sole practitioners and we're so siloed and we don't have a lot of support because we hung out our own shingle. And so I provide support and coaching both one-on-one and in group experiences. I have courses and then these free monthly webinars.
It's pretty awesome. And I just put a link up there to your website. I think that this stuff is so important. I remember being in the home care agency for 3 years. and searching for business coaches, sales coaches in this particular sphere and not finding them?
There are not a lot of people working in small business healthcare, and that's why I felt a need, a calling to fill that void, to meet people at the on ramp. Because, in my humble opinion, we are still very much in a healthcare all hands on deck situation in the United States. And pandemic removed, we were already in a healthcare system that's not showing any signs of getting any easier. And folks need help navigating. Conversely, we need help to connect with our clients. A lot of the folks that I work with have terrific experience and wonderful training and expertise to bring to their clients as remedy and solution. But we've never had to go out and acquire a client. We've never had to grow a business. We've never had to, our clients were always provided by virtue of our previous employer, big box health care system. They were always there. And so all of a sudden, these really great credentialed people with a whole lot of heart need a way to connect with their clients so that they can provide the remedy that they have.
Absolutely.
That's where I want to work.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's really cool. Y'all check out the workshop, register. It's June 22nd, 7 p.m. Eastern. And we'll be here. You'll be hearing lots about us. So thank you. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for everybody being here. Thank you, Haley.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And with that, we're going to say goodbye and encourage you guys to register. We'll talk later. Bye-bye.